Sometimes you need to take time to decompress. And especially right now, we've had 2 years of a lot of stress. And right now, there's just so much animosity. There's so much arguing. There's so much hostility. I needed to take some time and just get away. And that's one of the benefits up here in the Pacific Northwest is that we have forests. And forests are the element of wood. And here's one of the neatest things about wood is, wood, it moves your energy. But you know what it also does? Is it helps pull all your energy back in. So if you're feeling really scattered, which all the energetics of today has had me feeling really scattered, taking a hike, getting out into the woods can really help pull that back together. And, I think that it was by sheer accident that I scheduled a weekend where we were going to have potentially one of our worst storms ever on the coastal side. And, we were going to have horrible winds, horrible rains, and that's what happened for sure. It's lasted from Saturday until Monday, and the rains were horrible, but the winds got up to 100 miles per hour in some areas, and the winds got really bad down here. They were knocking out power lines all along the corridor here, so almost everybody was out of power. And then the other thing that was happening, is trees were being toppled by these winds. So our neighbor, their tree fell on their car. What a bummer. The freeways were getting trees. So the major freeway that we needed to use to get back home, that had a tree across it until this morning. And even coming up out of the mountains or coming down out of the mountains, we were running into road crews clearing off logs from the road. So it may not have been our worst storm, but it was a pretty bad storm. And here's the thing, if you go up into the mountains, here, what ends up happening is the clouds usually get stopped on the coastal side. They usually can't crest the mountains, and you don't usually have to get up too high. And where we were going was going to be about 2,000 feet, and that's usually enough to stop the clouds. And so I was kind of hoping on that's one of the ways that we were going to avoid these storms, because, people have been having power outages for days where I live, and it would be nice not to have any power outages where we were going. So now you get to come with me into the forest and see some of the beauty of Gifford National Forest. And I'm going to show you some of the really easy to access things that you would love to see, like the Grove of the Patriarchs, which is full of 1,000-year-old trees, or Silver Falls, which is an amazing falls close to Grove of the Patriarchs, or just some of the other amazing things that you can see up at Gifford. And because there's so much to see at anything that you look at, I'm going to cut it up into 2 parts. This one, we're going to start where I live, driving up to Gifford, and you see that the weather's going to get progressively better as we drive up into the mountains. And then we're going to look at the Grove of the Patriarchs. And then in the second episode, what I'll do is we'll look at Silver Falls and some of the other things that you can see there, and the drive home. So we stayed in Packwood, and then we headed off to the Gifford National Forest. And it's the Mount Rainier entrance is 11 miles away from Packwood. And then you can get into Gifford also on the backside of Packwood, so like a mile away.
entire millennia.
They are just huge. Salvation.